What is going on, guys? My name is Drakesy and welcome back to episode 3 of the Atletico Madrid career mode on my channel. So without any further ado, the first thing I want to be getting to are the transfers that you guys have suggested. So last episode, you suggested quite a few in the comment section, and I'm just going to scroll through the shortlist now. So as you can see, if you guys suggested it, I made sure to get it into the watch list. So any player that has been suggested, I will make sure to put them into this list here. I'm not going to get up the individual comments because sometimes it can take too long into the video and I don't want it to be boring. So as you can see, if you've suggested a player without any further ado on it, they are in this list. So as we can see on your screens now, there should be a comment from the Extreme Gamer, one of the regular viewers on the channel, and as you can see, he suggested the point that the game doesn't actually register players who play in a Champions League game or in a cup game as an actual appearance. So if we're playing a cup game against a certain team, and let's just say theoretically Sal Niguez scores a hat-trick, that actually won't tally up in his statistics overall. Now, I wasn't aware of that, but thank you very much for putting that forward, because in future we'll now know that if Sal Niguez does score a hat-trick in a cup game or in a future competition that isn't the league, we'll know why it isn't coming up in his overall statistics. So thank you very much for that comment. It's very helpful and it will help us understand the game a little bit more. So thank you very much for that comment. So the next comment comes in from the user Berat, a regular viewer of this series and of the channel's videos, so thank you very much for always supporting. And he actually put down an interesting comment. As you can see, he told us to change the formation to the formation he recommends on the screen now. I'm actually going to set the team up as this formation for the next game so we can get a feel for it. So I'm going to read this comment, I'm going to work off it, and if you guys have any future recommendations for formations, be sure to get them in and we'll try and work with them in future episodes. But for now, with a finger click, I'm going to change the team to this formation he's told us to. This is the team that we're lining up with. As you can see, it's looking very strong indeed. Some fantastic players, pretty much everybody getting in to where they need to be. Sal Niguez is going to be filling up that kind of centre mid, centre defensive mid role, so he's got a lot on his plate to be doing because he's kind of in that kind of section of the pitch by himself, but I'm sure he can do it. He's a quality player. Mohamedi, in the last episode, if you didn't watch it, actually managed to get 2 goals and an assist on his debut. So that was a fantastic outing from him. An excellent performance for him so far into the series. Topped up with Griezmann, a prolific, fantastic player. You can't say any more on that. And then also a very strong lineup throughout. So I think our next game is actually going to be the first game in the La Liga for us. So it's going to be the fresh start to a new series for us. So hopefully we're going to have a very strong game, and we do have a very strong team, so I'm sure we will be doing fine. So we've actually had a transfer offer for the kind of somewhat attacker, but he's getting on a bit now, as we can see. He's 29 years old, and I think is it Cerci or Cerci? Cerci or Cerci? I think it might be Cerci, the Italian. He's actually at the club now. Like I said, he's getting on a bit. He's 29, and we've actually had an offer of 5.33 million for him. His value is 6 million, and to be honest, I think we could get a bit more from the club. I'm not too sure who the club are. I don't think I've ever heard of them. So I think we're going to actually say that the bid was too low, because honestly, I believe it was. Let's just say, ooh, I don't know. I was going to say 6 mil, but we could even up that. Should we up that a bit? Let's just say 6.2 mil, and I feel like that's a reasonable offer for the 29-year-old. So as we can see, our next match up is going to be the first game in La Liga for us. I'm looking forward to it. As we can see, it's 8 o'clock on a Sunday night. It's coming to the end of the weekend, and I'm pretty sure we can put in a good performance. At the same time, we've also got the Barcelona game against Real Sporting. That's going to be an interesting match. I'm expecting a big win from Barcelona. But speaking about big wins, as we can see, the 2 games that were performed earlier on in the episode, I skipped ahead from them, but as we can see, they've both been big wins. So we've got something to live up to. 2 5-1 wins. We need to be showing that we're just as good against our rival RC Deportivo. So we're going to get into the match with the lineup that I previously showed you, and yeah, fingers crossed for a big win for us. So looking at the preview before the game, I believe we are away from home at the opponent's stadium. No games played so far, so this really isn't too relevant. But as we can see, our star player, Antoine Griezmann, is fantastic. Look at that rating, that's incredible. For them, it is Monterrey Juanfran, who is 87 rated, and looking at that value compared to that value, it says it all about the teams. We should definitely be getting a big win here, guys. Come on, we can definitely do it. So these are the lineups. As we can see, we've pretty much gone for very similar teams, apart from they've gone 2 in the centre defensive mid and 1 up top. We've gone 2 up top and then 1 there. So it could pay off for either team. I'm expecting us to get the better result, as I said. Such a strong attacking team, and to be honest, the defence is not that bad either. So we're getting into the kickoff of the game, and they have in fact kicked off already. The match is underway. Looking like a highlight for them so far. Into our box. Oh, it looked like a fuddle then, but luckily Jan Oblak managed to get his hands on the ball. Looking like an attack for us, Gaetan down the wing, through to, who was that, number 10, and managed to get a shot away, but the goalkeeper saved it. Looking like another attack, Griezmann passed it on to Gaetan, then Gaetan back onto Griezmann, sorry, and then Griezmann just missing the goal. So we are coming in at half-time. Nothing happening yet, guys. I think I'm going to skip into the second half. Not going to make any substitutions just yet. We'll get to about the 60th or 70th minute, see where we stand at that point, and potentially make some substitutions then. So as you can see, we're just about to kick off. Griezmann to Mehmedi. Oh no, back to Koke, my mistake. So we've got into the 70th minutes now. It's an attack for them, and it looks like number 5 coming in with quite a nasty tackle. That's the last thing we needed. It's Savic getting a yellow card. I'm going to just do a quick pause because as we can see, we're in the 77th minute. I'm going to do some substitutions and then we'll get back to the game. So as we can see, the substitutions I'm going to be making is I've took Koke off and I've actually swapped Griezmann back into his position, and then we're going to bring on Gameiro to where Griezmann was, and we're actually going to push Griezmann up because hopefully, fingers crossed, he can actually push up into the attack, help our 2 strikers up here, or potentially get himself a goal. And then also we've swapped off Savic because of his yellow card and brought on Jimenez, because he's just as good as a replacement, and to be honest, we kind of want to shore up that defence and make sure we don't lose a man in the process. So the substitutions are taking place, they're coming on now. As we can see, one last ditch attack coming in from Gaetan onto Gameiro on the edge of the box. He should have carried it for a bit longer because we come to the end of the match. It could have been something a bit more special than with one last attack at the end of the game. I thought we would have got something, but we didn't. Somehow Savic managed to get man of the match, being the only person I suppose to do anything in the game. Sadly, that was a yellow card, but still, he got man of the match. I don't know how, but he did manage it. Pretty dominant stats for us overall, somewhat dominant should I say. The only thing we weren't too dominant on is maybe corners. But as we can see, they had a bit more possession, but overall we were the stronger team. It's good to know, but I'm expecting a bit more from the guys, so I'll keep the formation for the next game, but I think I might change it for the third game this episode. So as we can see, our game ended 0-0, but Barcelona did in fact win their game only 1-0. I would have expected a bigger result, but still. So as we can see, that is the result. We managed to get a 0-0 draw. We were expecting more and better from that, but as we can see, 2 big results for 2 other teams, and then Barcelona probably could have done better, but they didn't. They got a 1-0 result. A win's a win, so they've still got 3 points for the game, so we kind of need to be doing better than that if we want to succeed in this league. Sadly, the bid that came in for Cerci has actually been rejected, so it's not the best. I keep on saying Cersei, and I don't know whether you guys have seen Game of Thrones, but it kind of rings a few bells of that name, so I'm just going to call him Cersei for now, even if that is not the correct pronunciation, but it works for me, so that'll be his name. But sadly, the bid has been pulled out. I was expecting him to accept that, but still, fingers crossed, another bid comes in and we can at least load him off because he is basically dead wood at the club. Looking now, I believe that is the, not the French, sorry, my mistake, the Greek team, PAOK, have actually put in a bid for one of our youngsters. He's 18 years old. He's really not worth that much, so I think I'm just going to straight up accept that and get him out of the club. Real Madrid playing, it's always good to keep an eye on them. Still, once again, not a big result for the 2 big teams, only Barcelona winning 1-0 and then Real Madrid only winning 2-1, so they're not unbeatable, guys. We can definitely beat them if we put our mind to it. They're kind of weak, but the only problem is they're getting wins and we're not at the moment. As we can see, Rafael Varane has in fact signed for Juventus. The 23-year-old centre-back is going to be joining them. He's 92 rated. That's fantastic, a fantastic signing for them with their ageing defence. Sadly for Man City, they tried to make an approach for him, but he has already gone to Juventus, as we can see. So better luck next time, Man City, I guess. And then as we can see, the youngster that was at our club, Alberto Rodriguez, is in fact accepted his personal terms and he will be off to the Greek team. And he's basically now left the club, so best of luck to him. And yeah, that's a very odd face. Apparently he doesn't have any eyes, a nose or a mouth. Okay guys, now it's getting a little bit confusing. Rafael Varane has just signed for Juventus in this game, but apparently a message has just come up saying now that Varane has signed for Man City. I don't know what's going on, but apparently he's just transferred to a club, then just transferred. Is that just happened? Yeah, Varane signs for... What is going on? I really don't get what's going on. So Varane to Juventus, how much? So Juventus bought Varane for 42 million. Then apparently Man City came in with a bid for how much here? They bidded 42 million. So Juventus have basically made no money, but they've actually sold him on again. I don't know what's going on, guys, but apparently Juventus have bought Varane, then Man City have bought him again. I don't get it. It's making no sense. As we can see, though, another team have actually come for one of our players. Sadly, it is going to be Moya, the ageing goalkeeper. He's 88 rated. He's 32 years old. He's kind of old, but for a goalkeeper, not that old, I would guess. He's worth 2.5 million, but that offer is absolutely pathetic. If we're going to be accepting a bid for an 88 rated goalkeeper, we're definitely going to ask for a bit more than that. The counter offer I'm going to put in is for 2.2 million, just in case they do accept it. If they don't, it doesn't really matter because he can stay our backup goalkeeper for the rest of the year. So the club have pulled out from the offer. They're not going to be buying Moya this time, but to be honest, I'm happy keeping him. He's a good rating. Although he is ageing, I'd rather keep on to him for the last year, if he does retire, that is. So apparently Scunthorpe United have come in for the player Cersei, as we call him, and as we can see, they have offered 5.5 million. So it's not too bad. No, it's not 5.5 million, sorry, it's 5.05 million, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making sense, but anyway, let's look at the offer. He's worth a little bit more than that, guys. Come on, if you're going to offer for the player, let's at least agree on... Let's agree on 6 million. I'll give him for 6 million. I'll take 6 million for the player. I'll be happy with that. So as we can see, our next matchup is going to be against the team that, I believe it was Barcelona, beat 1-0 Real Sporting next game. But as we can see, the El Clasico, the big match of all of La Liga, is going on right after that. No, pretty much at the same time, sorry, 8 o'clock. So as we can see, it's going to be an interesting watch for them. As we can see as well, it is being played at the Vicente Calderón, which is Atletico Madrid's home ground. I believe that this year just gone in real life was the last year for Atletico Madrid to play in that stadium. I believe they're moving on to a new stadium next year. So in theoretically, it's like our last year in the Vicente Calderón as well. So we've got to have a good season for us. Griezmann making one appearance, no goals. The same goals for their striker up for, well, not striker, my mistake, their player here, their star player, that is. So yeah, I'm expecting a big win for the lads. We are at home against a weaker opposition. Come on, we can definitely get a good result. We're going to keep the same lineup. We might change. We're not going to boost morale, sorry. Let's have a look. I think I'm going to change it to, let's say, a mixed, normal tempo, but we'll go very attacking. And the match is underway already with us kicking off. So it's going to be an attack for us. Koke dribbling through the middle line, nobody's business. He took a shot on the edge of the box. He could have done a bit more than that with it. Looking like is it a free kick for them on the edge of the box? Damn it. Who is that? I've never even heard of that guy, but we're 1-0 down. Gaitan, come on, bring it back. Koke, onto Koke. Koke taking another pathetic shot. What is that? I'm thinking about subbing him off because it looks like another attack for them guys. And it's another goal. What is going on? 2-0 down against Real Sporting. This is ridiculous now. Looking like an attack for us. Mehmedi, the star man, dribbling it onto Koke. Finally, he did something, but I'm going to take that one as Mehmedi's chance created. So guys, coming in at half-time, I think I'm going to substitute Koke off. I'm going to skip a minute into the second half because, as we all know, if we do the substitutions at half-time, they don't count in this game. So we'll skip a minute in, then we'll do our substitutions, and I'll get back to you when I've done that. Waiting for the second minute to kick off. We're going to just pause it there. Wait, do we have to wait for kickoff? So there we go, there's kickoff. So at the halftime, guys, I've actually decided to not really change anything. I'm just going to change some instructions for the players, pushing Carrasco into the middle and pushing him up a bit more. We're going to shift Koke out onto the wing, and then we've just swapped the players' positions up front round. So Griezmann now playing left striker and Mehmedi playing right striker. We've come into the 68th minute, and as we can see, Griezmann is having a 4 rated game, so he's having a very, very bad game indeed. So what we're going to do is just take him off. He's got 93 fitness. We're going to bring on Gameiro instead. Hopefully that means that Griezmann has full fitness for the next match we play, and yeah, that's the thinking at the moment. So far past that though, I think what I could potentially do is, let me see. Yeah, as we can see, Sal Niguez has got not too much fitness, so we might just bring on Gabi in that position, and hopefully he can hold up the defence a little bit better than Niguez has done so far. As we can see, the substitutions are happening for Gabi and the other player. I forgot who it was Gameiro, sorry. Still nothing coming of it. In the last dying embers of the game, it looks like another attack for them, and that's the last thing we needed. 3-1 down in a league match. I should have definitely not gone very attacking in that game. That was the wrong choice to do. I maybe should have gone normal or just attacking for the mentality of the team, and then maybe gone fast tempo instead of normal tempo. But we'll learn from our mistakes, guys. We've done our first loss in the league. We've drawn 1 and lost 1. Not looking too good, but somehow Koke did manage to get man of the match. And in El Clasico, that match ended 3-3. We'll just check the match report to see who scored. As we can see, Alba getting 2 goals and an assist, Neymar getting a goal and an assist, Messi getting an assist, and then Ronaldo basically getting the hat-trick for Real Madrid, with Rodriguez, Modric and Pepe getting the assist to them. So a pretty interesting match for the neutral. It's quite an interesting match with lots and lots of goals. So for some reason, once again, Scunthorpe have pulled out of an offer for Cerci. I believe that deal was pretty much fair, to be honest. I mean, we went under his value by a bit, but not by much, but still, we were under his actual value. I know he's getting on a bit, but he's still a decent rated player. For some reason, they're just not accepting 6 mil for the player. But as we can see, Forest Green Rovers have in fact come in for one of our youngsters, the 21-year-old 75 rated Nacho. As we can see, he can play quite a few positions in the centre, attacking mid-role, should I say. You've got central, left and right, so it's a decent offer. It's a little bit under his value, so we might just up that a little bit more and see what they say back to it, but not by much because we kind of need the money at the moment. So let's just say, let's say around 360. Maybe that's worth it. So apparently no teams want to be doing business because once again we've just had another turn down, but it's okay. I'm pretty sure another team will come in for him in the future and we'll get a decent bit of money off him. So we'll hold on to Nacho for the time being, but if the right offer comes in, he will be leaving. So as we can see, the cup draw has just been done and it's quite an interesting one. There's a lot of teams in it, as you would expect. Real Madrid and Barcelona pulling pretty easy opponents, I would say, for them. And then who've we pulled? I believe we're here. So we pulled Las Palmas. So we've actually pulled another La Liga opponent. They've got some pretty good teams, some pretty good players at their team, should I say. I believe Hesse on loan from Real Madrid, or he might be there permanently now, I'm not too sure. And then they've got a good defender there from Uruguay, I forget his name. I think it's Lemos or Lemas. So yeah, they've got some good players, but yeah, hopefully we'll get the win. Another transfer offer from an English team for one of our youngsters, the 20-year-old 75 rated Borja Gonzalez, getting an offer of 200, well, $250,000, let's just say. I think I'm going to accept this offer, guys. He's probably not going to get into the first team, and they have been rejecting so many offers that we just kind of need a bit more money in the team. So I think we're going to accept that and see what happens with this offer. As we can see, Gonzalez has in fact gone through already. Walsall have signed him up. And yeah, we've got a bit of money in from that. Well, we've actually lost money, but I'm not too sure how that works. Another offer coming in for one of our youngsters. This time it's going to be a loan offer. As you can see, we've had an offer coming in from, let's just call him Nicholas, because if I tried to pronounce that I would butcher it and probably slaughter his name. So yeah, the youngster is 80 rated at 17 years old and he can play quite a few positions up front. So he looks like a potential good player for the future. But seeing as though it is just a loan offer, we're going to be accepting that for the time being, sending him out to his new club to get a bit of experience because he probably won't be getting into our first team. So as we can see guys, our next matchup is against Real Sociedad. Along with Barcelona and Real Madrid both having games as well today against some easier opponents, but then again Real did beat us last game. As we can see, we're against Real Sociedad once again at the Vicente Calderon. We've got some pretty interesting stats coming up here. One of their best players, Carlos Vela, in 2 appearances he's got 1 goal and 1 assist and 1 man of the match. So he's been doing pretty good for us. To be honest, we're expecting a little bit more from Antoine Griezmann. So I think I'm going to change up the formation and I'm going to change up a few tactics as well for this game. This is the team instructions for next game. We're going to go an attacking mentality. We're going to go a mixed attacking style, should I say. And then we're going to go for a fast tempo with direct passing. I feel like that's the best option for us. And then the formation that we're going to be going with, we'll skip ahead so we can see that now. And as we can see, we're going to be lining up with the same formation as Real Sociedad are, but we've got the much stronger team and we've set Mehmedi as our playmaker, pushing forward from the central attacking mid position. And then up top we've got Griezmann, and then in the centre defensive mid positions, Niguez and Gabi, expecting a good performance from them, as well as Jimenez getting in a game for Juanfran. And kickoff has started already with Sociedad kicking off the ball. Already it looks like an attack for us. Mehmedi onto Griezmann. Griezmann with a goal already. This is what we needed, guys. A change up in formation. Out to Gaitan on the wing into Carrasco trying to get a header. But luckily for Sociedad, Rulli, their goalkeeper, has got his hands on it. Looking like another attack already. I can't even see what's going on. But Godin coming in with a slide. Is that going to be a red or a yellow? It's only a yellow for the time being, but we're 1-0 up, guys. Mehmedi getting an assist and Griezmann getting the goal. As we can see, we're at half-time now. A pretty good performance. We're 1-0 up. This is what we needed. A bit more spurring on from the guys. Godin picking up a yellow card. That's not the best. So I think we're going to skip a minute in. And then I think we're going to swap on somebody for him. So we're about to kick off any minute now. Yeah, so we've kicked off. And now we're going to go back into here. I think what I might do instead, guys, is I think I'm going to grab Juanfran, and then I think I'm going to swap Juanfran with Jimenez, and I think I'm just going to take off Godin for the time being because I don't really want him picking up anything else. As we can see, the substitution going on right there, and it looks like another attack for us. Gaitan down the wing, dribbling through like nobody's business, but luckily their goalkeeper's grabbing it again. Man of the match performance for him. Breaking through, Mehmedi onto Gaitan. Is that a goal for Gaitan? An assist potentially from Mehmedi there. 2 assists for him. That could be potentially. We're wrapping up the game now. I think I'll do a substitution for the last 20 minutes. Is it 20 minutes? No, it's going to be the last 10 minutes, sorry. So I think we're going to take off our star men, seeing as though we're 2-0 up and we've got 10 minutes left. I think I'm going to swap on Koke and swap on Gamero for our 2 star men so far, Griezmann and the man, the myth, the legend, Mehmedi. So the substitution's taking place now and the 2 fresh players coming on. Fingers crossed we can get something. No, either way, I'm happy with the performance. As we can see, Mehmedi getting man of the match, getting 10 out of 10 rating, a fantastic signing for us so far. And as we can see, he got the assist for Griezmann's goal. He didn't get the second assist for Gaitan's goal. I believe that is apparently just a single goal, so he got the assist himself, I guess. Because he did that well. So as we can see, guys, 3 games into the league. Apparently we've managed to get every single possible outcome. So we've got a loss, we've got a draw and a win. But I'm hoping now that we've tried all 3, we stick with the last one and we get a lot more wins under our belt. We're going to skip ahead to see how the two teams did. Bold's reaction just telling us how the Bolds get on. And as we can see, that's what we need to be seeing. RC Deportivo beating Barcelona 2-0 and then Real Sporting beating Real Madrid 1-0. So the two big rivals in the league so far, both losing games. That's what we need to be seeing. We're going to check the table now. So as we can see, we're not doing the best, but so far we're sitting all about the same, our big rivals. But yeah, I'm expecting some big performances coming up in the future games, guys. So thank you very much for watching. So far, this has been episode 3. As we can see, these are results so far. Jan Oblak being our star man so far, but that's expected with him getting in every single game. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next episode. If you do have any more signings you want me to potentially get them down in the comment section below. But as I did mention, we've not got that much going on at the moment, only 6 million. But we'll try and sell some more players next episode and then get a bit more money in the bank. But thank you very much for watching, guys.